OutDaughtered's Danielle Busby shares photos of the Quints enjoying vacation at a water park. Adam and Danielle Busby of the TV show OutDaughtered fame shared multiple photos of their vacation. They showed off how much fun their Quintuplets were having in Splashway Waterpark at Victoria, Texas. Adam and Danielle Busby took some well-deserved vacation time, taking advantage of the weather being above 70 degrees. Looking at their pictures on social media, it is not hard to see the happiness in all the little ladies' faces. Enjoying the water park and their vacation to its fullest, the large family not just spent time at slides and water toys. Adam's pictures also show their girls learning how to make s'mores on a campfire and helping each other put out burning ones. It definitely is not an easy job to take care of kids. The Busby family have their hands full with 6 girls, and 5 of them came all at once. This kind of vacation looks a bit out of their financial range, but it is highly likely that TLC is helping them. The channel's help is not surprising, since their hard work is very well documented. Aside from the show, Adam has his YouTube channel It's a Buzz Story, and followers should definitely expect more of this vacation there. On Instagram, he commented, "The Busby family's girls got famous for being the only U.S. all-girl quintuplet in the country's history so far. This got them a TV deal with TLC and allowed them to have their own reality show, which helped the family to display the hardships of multiple births." OutDaughtered debuted in 2016, a little over a year after the Quintuplets' birth. The delay happened since they were all premature and had health problems since birth. The show is still going strong, finishing its 8th season just this past April. This year has a special upcoming event for the family. In July, Adam and Danielle will celebrate their 15th wedding anniversary. It definitely is not an easy feat for single-kid parents, and sure is a milestone for a family of 8. The Busbys openly share their secrets and give advice on how to keep a marriage going for so long. According to an interview with People magazine, their trick is keeping date nights going no matter what. Danielle says, "It is also well known via the series that all the little ladies have their own personalities, from the shopper girl Ava to goofy Olivia, or from cute Hazel to fearless Riley, who had the back of her head stapled after a bathroom dance gone wrong. Having kids is definitely an amazing feeling, but the full-time running around would tire out even the strongest person in time." Busby family definitely looks like they found the fun aspect of it, and they're using it to keep their spirits up constantly. Multiple births are quite rare around the world. In fact, any multiple births over triplets are almost impossible mathematically. The Busby family's jackpot happens to come after infertility treatment and pregnancies via intrauterine insemination. Proven by all the funny and cute stories they share, Adam and Danielle Busby's story looks like it will continue for a good amount of time. With the Quintuplets growing up, the teenage years will be a whole different wild ride for them. OutDaughtered star shares devastating life update. The OutDaughtered star shared the news via Instagram. TLC's OutDaughtered may be on hiatus, but the Busby family hasn't stepped out of the spotlight. Danielle Busby recently took to social media to share a heartbreaking life update, revealing she's trusting God as she navigates this difficult new hurdle. Busby shared details as this chapter comes to a close on Instagram. She asked her followers to stick with her as she turns a page personally. On June 9th, the reality star took to social media to reveal a major life upheaval she's facing alongside husband Adam and their daughters Blake, Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker. She opened up about the emotional toll the change is taking on their entire family. "It's not easy to find the words," Busby began. "Today I share something that feels incredibly bittersweet. Grace & B Boutique is officially closing." "It's not easy to find the words," Busby began. "Today I share something that feels incredibly bittersweet. Grace & B Boutique is officially closing." Busby continued, "When I look back on this journey, I remember the dream in my heart. To create a space that was more than just clothes. I wanted to build something beautiful for women, moms, and families. But this past season has been one of deep reflection, prayer, and surrender. God has been stirring things in me for a while now," she continued, and said it was time for something new. She concluded that although the store will be closing, the heart behind it lives on. The store's last day is June 13th. On their podcast More Than Reality, the couple shared further details as to why they were closing the boutique business down. They cited building issues, legal struggles, and a significant change in their business goals. Busby acknowledged that she struggled with balancing her love for Grayson B. and her family responsibilities, including raising the Quintuplets and eldest daughter. This struggle was featured on the 10th season of TLC's OutDaughtered, which aired in 2024. TLC's OutDaughtered is currently on hiatus. The network has not officially confirmed a premiere date for OutDaughtered Season 11. Danielle Busby explains why Grandma Mimi isn't on OutDaughtered. In a recent episode of their podcast, Danielle and Adam Busby spoke about why her mother is no longer featured on OutDaughtered. Danielle Busby is shedding some light on why Grandma Mimi no longer appears on OutDaughtered. During the latest episode of her and Adam Busby's new podcast, More Than Reality, Danielle revealed that her relationship with her mother is more complicated than it appeared on the family's reality show, explaining that some behind-the-scenes issues contributed to the decision to no longer include Mimi in filming. OutDaughtered only showed one side of Grandma Mimi. In early seasons of OutDaughtered, Mimi was a vibrant, fun-loving grandmother to Adam and Danielle's 6 daughters. But she disappeared from the show after Season 8, leading viewers to wonder what had happened and whether she was still in the Busby family's lives. The reality is complex, Danielle explained in the October 23rd podcast episode. When Danielle was growing up, Mimi was a young, single mom with 3 daughters who was not always fully present in her children's lives. That led Danielle to become independent at a relatively young age. As an adult, she had a relationship with her mom, but it wasn't always 100% smooth. "I think that's what's really hard for the fans to realize," she said, "because there's so much behind the scenes. When you watch an episode and she's in the show, there's just a lot of things that are not said." The result was that OutDaughtered viewers saw a version of Danielle's mom with the rough edges sanded off. Through the TV show, your mom was projected as just like the fun, kooky, silly, crazy person, Adam said. Which she is. But you never ever once saw the other side of what that was like. You never saw what things were like off camera and behind the scenes and things she may have done earlier that day, he added. The result? Moments where he or Danielle seemed short-tempered or annoyed with Mimi were presented without context, which they felt wasn't fair. Danielle Busby says filming with her mom was a challenge. Danielle also said that her mom's unreliability made including her in OutDaughtered episode difficult. "It's not like we just have cameras in our house 24/7, she said. Filming happened on a schedule, sometimes over multiple days, which required a commitment from everyone involved. There's certain situations where, like, if people are in a certain episode and we're going to finish that episode, they need to be present. Well, some people can be MIA, Danielle explained. There's been times where we haven't seen or spoken and all of a sudden there she is. In other cases, filming would be hours and hours behind schedule, Adam said, which was wasting everybody's time. Then she just shows up and all of us, family-wise, we're all frustrated. Because she never called, never responded, and all of the sudden she's here, he added. Mimi was playing a character on OutDaughtered, Danielle stressed. And while it was based on who she is in real life, it wasn't the whole story. She's great with kids, great with people, she said. But it's an up and down cycle of struggles. She was awesome when she's present, Adam added. But when she was down, it was a whole other story, and you never saw that. For more on the entertainment world and exclusive interviews, subscribe to Showbiz Cheat Sheets YouTube channel. OutDaughtered, Adam Busby crazy busy being a girl dad. OutDaughtered fans saw that Danielle Busby wanted more help from Adam Busby with the Quints, and this week, he revealed that he's been crazy busy being a girl dad. As she often is, his wife is away, so he's been looking after the Quints. Adam Busby and Danielle clashed over the kids. A few years ago, Danielle Busby decided she was done with being a full-time mom, so Adam started taking over her duties. Since then, things soured between the TLC couple as nothing he ever does seem good enough for his often absent wife. Things got so bad between the OutDaughtered couple that some fans accused Danielle of being Kate Gosselin 2 o'clock. But others hoped against hope that all the drama was just fake for the OutDaughtered show. Well, one thing that isn't fake is that Adam Busby does spend a lot of time looking after the Quints. Crazy busy with the Quints. On Friday, the OutDaughtered dad took to Instagram and shared photos of the Quints. He was busy doing their hair. But the first photo of Parker Kate was the favorite of his followers. Remember, it was Danielle Busby who seemed to scoff at Parker's anxiety, but Adam helped her gain her confidence back. In the comments section, a lot of praise went the way of Adam Busby because fans feel a bit sorry for him. Additionally, Parker Kate is one of their favorite TLC stars. OutDaughtered fans react. The comments section always fills up with TLC fans eager to have their say about the Quints. Here are some of their reactions to Adam's crazy busy post. What are your thoughts about Danielle Busby being away again and Adam Busby being crazy busy as a girl dad? Do you think he's a great father? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, updates, and spoilers. OutDaughtered, Danielle Busby shocks many fans. Why? This weekend, Danielle Busby and her husband Adam caught up with Jinger and Jeremy Voillo at a function that shocked many TLC fans. The crossover made some people happy, but others were furious. Read on to find out more. Danielle Busby never hid her Christianity. On social media, those TLC fans who follow Adam and Danielle Busby know they go to church. Not that the OutDaughtered show pushes that side of their lives. Actually, Adam did mention something about that when they returned from their hiatus. Maybe it had something to do with the cancellation of Counting On. In the past, before Adam Busby took over most of the parenting duties, Danielle Busby would often post about the children at church on Sundays. Additionally, she regularly shared her story of how she kept faith in Jesus after doctors felt she should go for fewer than 5 babies. So, why are TLC fans so conflicted? OutDaughtered fans. Adam Busby went on a Christian mission to Nepal in 2023. And in their new podcast, he talked about how he lost his way with the Lord as a younger man. So really, TLC fans would not be expected to be shocked to see them hook up with Jinger and Jeremy Voillo. But they were. Read on to find out why. On Sunday, OutDaughtered mama Danielle Busby took to Instagram and shared many photos of herself with Adam Busby and others. In her very long caption, which differed little from her past posts about Jesus and how she decided to keep all the Quints, she also talked about her choice to keep all the babies and her decision not to abort. But it was their presence at a live-action org event that shocked a lot of TLC fans, as they were guests there. Danielle Busby gets conflicting reactions. Many OutDaughtered fans are no longer fans. Those people who support women choosing to abort accused the TLC star of fighting to take the right of choice from their own daughters. Meanwhile, Christians and pro-lifers praised her for protecting the children from abortion. What are your thoughts about Adam and Danielle Busby catching up with Jinger and Jeremy Voillo at an anti-abortion event? Are you shocked? Sing out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, updates, and why does OutDaughtered star Danielle Busby look different? Danielle Busby debuted on OutDaughtered in 2016 with Adam Busby, her mom, the baby Quints, and their big sister Blake. When the 10th season arrived on TLC, fans noticed that the mom of the only all-girl Quints seemed to have changed in appearance. However, they have not heard any news about massive cosmetic surgery. So, they wonder what happened to her. Danielle Busby was energetic when the Quints arrived. When the mom of 6 took her babies home, TLC fans saw that she seemed full of energy. With the help of Adam and her mom, she got stuck in and started mothering her children. Bathing the babies made her smile. And she even managed to maintain a sense of humor during the horrors of potty training the little ones. But as the years passed by, she scowled a lot more. Danielle Busby seems intolerant of her husband these days, and she can also be very short-tempered with the kids. Remember how she yelled at the Quints when she opened her retail outlet for Grayson B? But it's not just her personality that changed. TLC fans noticed that she seemed to change in appearance as well. This week, some OutDaughtered fans discussed her differences on Reddit. OutDaughtered, mom has changed? On Reddit this week, /striking_stress_42 spoke about the OutDaughtered mom, and they sounded a bit concerned. They wrote, TLC fans familiar with Danielle Busby on OutDaughtered and on social media started talking about how the TV star had been ill. Actually, she does update followers about her health, and she does suffer from an autoimmune problem. Fans who talked about that thought that might account for her changed appearance. Others mentioned that nearly a decade has gone by. Here are their theories. What are your thoughts on the fact that nearly 10 years have already gone by since fans first met Danielle Busby? Do you agree that her illness treatments and simple aging by a decade may have changed her appearance? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, spoilers, and updates. Source: Reddit. Adam Busby and Danielle start new podcast. Is OutDaughtered over? Adam Busby just alarmed many OutDaughtered fans who feared that the TLC show had come to an end. It came this week on social media when he announced a new podcast with Danielle Busby. Read on to find out what the situation is. OutDaughtered starlet Hazel Busby makes her dad proud. Hazel Busby has some problems. Riley Busby seemed to have it all: beautiful blue eyes, shiny blonde hair, an athletic build, and a smile to charm the birds out of the trees. So, she became a big favorite of many TLC fans. But it was Hazel, the last to learn to swim, who won over so many hearts because of her sweet lisp and loving personality. Hazel Busby struggled from birth with her eyesight, and it also affected her balance. Adam told his OutDaughtered fans that her condition is known as nystagmus, which causes her eyes to flutter. Well, this week, her dad praised her because she made him proud with her reading. Remember, last season, TLC fans discovered that the Quints fell a bit behind in that area. Adam Busby shouts out Hazel. On Tuesday night, Adam Busby took to his Instagram and shared a photo of his red-headed daughter. In it, she sat on a chair while she read a book. Keeping her company was their Bichon Frise, Shih Tzu mixed pup named Gus. TLC fans send in their thoughts. Lots of OutDaughtered fans loved seeing Hazel reading. After all, they worried about her eyesight for years. Here are some of their reactions in the comments section of the post. Are you happy to see that despite struggling with her eyesight, Hazel Busby seems determined to become something of a bookworm? Is she your favorite Quint? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, updates, and spoilers. Adam Busby and Danielle start new podcast. Is OutDaughtered over? Adam Busby just alarmed many OutDaughtered fans who feared that the TLC show had come to an end. It came this week on social media when he announced a new podcast with Danielle Busby. Read on to find out what the situation is. Adam Busby and Danielle launch new podcast. When OutDaughtered had a hiatus, many TLC fans feared that Adam and his wife, Danielle Busby, would never return with their 6 kids. The viewers had missed seeing the Quints, Riley, Ava, Olivia, Parker, and Hazel. And they also wanted to see more of their big sister, Blake. Well, they returned, although the flavor of the show seemed less charming. In the last day or so, Adam Busby let TLC fans know via Instagram that he and Danielle Busby have started a new podcast. It's called the More Than Reality Podcast, and you can find the link for the new page at the bottom of this article. Possibly because Tori Roloff started a podcast when Little People, Big World ended, fans think the same thing might happen with OutDaughtered. OutDaughtered is cancelled? The announcement revealed a photo of Danielle Busby and her husband. The wording on the poster said, "More That Reality with Adam and Danielle Busby." The TLC star noted that the podcast would be weekly and available wherever you can find a podcast. In the comments, several people hoped it didn't mean the end of OutDaughtered. In answer to one fan, he said, "This doesn't really have anything to do with the TV show. All it really means is Danielle and I are starting a podcast together." At the moment, it is not clear when the first podcast will drop. However, Adam Busby is bound to let his fans know soon. Presently, the new Instagram page for the podcast has garnered 3,261 followers. What are your thoughts about Adam Busby and Danielle giving parenting tips and more on a new podcast? Are you glad that it does not mean the TLC show has been canceled? Shout out in the comments below, and remember to come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, updates, and spoilers. OutDaughtered. Fans stunned by Blake Busby's transformation. OutDaughtered aired 2 seasons since Adam, Danielle, the Quints, and Blake Busby took a hiatus from TLC. Still, As it airs after filming, the transformation of Blake took some fans by surprise. It came when her mom posted a photo of her going back to school. Blake Busby didn't end up being a nanny. For years, TLC fans suspected that Adam and Danielle Busby's oldest child might end up being a nanny to her 5 little sisters. A bleak future of being on call for them never happened. That fans can at least hand to her mom and dad. However, they also see that there is friction in the house regarding the demands of so many kids. So, Danielle and Adam bickered and fought about a nanny. Blake Busby did help her little sisters with their reading, but nobody forced the young TLC star to do that. Actually, OutDaughtered fans love that she seems mostly kind and sweet to Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker. After all, she's a teenager now and recently went back to school for the last time as a middle school student. OutDaughtered fans see stunning photo of Blake. A few days ago, Danielle Busby took to her Instagram and posted some photos of the kids. Lots of TLC stars do that at the moment, as so many of them go back to school. The Quints looked cute, but all eyes were on the oldest child. She wore a dark blue t-shirt and ripped jeans, and her hair was long and loose. In her caption, Danielle told her OutDaughtered fans that Blake Busby was about to start her last first day in middle school. Hello, 8th grade. With the Quints, she wrote. TLC fans were quick to discuss the older child because, in their opinion, she looked amazing. Here are some of their reactions to her transformation. What do you think of the transformation of Blake Busby from a little girl into a stunning young woman? Shout out in the comments below, and remember to come back here often for all your OutDaughtered news, spoilers, and updates.